recording and start a start a new one.
Yeah, but where's the fun in that? Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I like kind of just rolling with it. So,
Yeah.
that's what happens in comedy. When shit fails, and it does, you just fucking roll with it. You know what I mean? If they're throwing stuff at you, they're throwing stuff at you. So, but yeah, man, let's kind of get into it, dude. Welcome back to Laffy Taffe. I'm joined by one of the most favorite people that I love masturbating to on YouTube, outside of Emergency Awesome. But that's only because I can't see Charlie, but I can see him and hear Mr. Colton Ogburn from not only Screen Crush, from his own channel, the Total Recap. What's up, Uppa? You are as red as my hat right now. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's the best intro I've ever had. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you for having
we aim to please and we try not to get it in your eye. You know what I mean? So,
Jesus Christ.
what are you gonna do? Who cares? You know what I mean? Welcome to Heavy Spoilers. No, I'm kidding. But what's up, buddy? How are you, dude?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm
Thanks for
good.
having me.
I'm good. Thank you for answering all my messages. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's always weird too. Like when I just kind of DM somebody out of the blue, I'm like, are they going to get back to me? Or are they going to think I'm a weirdo or whatever? Just because I have a sales background, so
Oh, okay.
I have an aptitude of just making people set appointments. I don't know why, but I do. But I'm really happy that you accepted, and we're gonna kind of get into it. We're gonna get into some fun things. What are you up to? You got obviously, of course. If you don't know Colton, he is from Screen Crush. He's the guy stuck in a TV, which I don't know why they
I
do that to you.
I didn't quite catch that. What was that?
Exactly. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. You're
Oh,
beautiful,
okay.
buddy. But yeah, man, let's kind of I'm always fascinated to hear people's journeys and how they really kind of stumbled into what they kind of do, especially when it comes to nerd culture and pop culture and stuff like that. So I guess kind of what was the first what was the first time you got your nerd boner rather, and what kind of yeah, what was your kind of
Mm.
first experience of this? I know it's a tough one.
I want to say the first movie I ever saw in theaters was the first Raimi Spider-Man when I was probably 5 when that came out. That was, just beautiful.
Okay.
I that still sticks out in my mind as probably the nerd moment. No, nerd boner, if you will.
You were 5 when that came out. How old are you?
I'm 27.
You're 27. You look 40.
Thank you.
But I didn't expect you to be younger, way younger than me. I'm 35, okay? And wow. Okay. Yeah, I think the first movie I ever saw actually, now thinking about it, is probably Ransom
Oh, okay.
with
Yeah.
Mel Gibson.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Me, Papa Taff, my mother, and yeah, so you know what I mean? It was super fun.
That would have
But
been before Mel Gibson became a controversial figure, I guess.
well, yeah, but thoughts and prayers though, because his house did burn down. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But honestly, dude, that's what happens when you start thinking about making Passion of the Christ 2. You know what I mean? Electric Boogaloo or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it. So that's an actual thing. He's shopping that around.
I know, and I don't know how they're going to do it because did the main character dies in the first one, so I'm not sure what the plan is.
Spoilers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's probably gonna be rad. Honestly, it's probably gonna be rad. The first one was cool. The second one's always if the first one's cool, the second one's always cooler. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just hope
Um,
they don't do some resurrection plot or something where they're like, oh, he's not really dead or something like that.
I think it's gonna be a time travel movie. As weird as
Oh,
that sounds, I think it's gonna be a time travel movie. I think it's gonna be a time travel movie that's gonna be set back in a day, and then it's gonna be set in present day. And it's
ah,
gonna be Jesus coming back. I don't know. You know? I don't know. I forget whose joke it is, but I think it's it's a Joey Diaz joke, and maybe he stole it from somebody else. But
Joey
my
Diaz.
I love Joey Diaz, dude. Uh, if Jesus is coming back, look busy. If he's coming back, look busy. Yeah, yeah, dude. Joey Diaz is the best, man. We just had Agostino. He's a comic who actually opens for Joey. He's coming here to
Oh,
Philly.
cool.
Yeah, he's coming with Joey to Parks Casino in February, and you guys are coming you guys are coming also in February as well,
Yeah,
correct? Screen Crush.
February 2nd. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did I tell you? I told you earlier and I forgot. The City Winery. Is that right?
City
Yeah.
Winery. City Winery.
Cool.
You also followed up with "You're not invited." So
Yeah, sorry.
The door will have the door's gonna have a picture of you, Sean. Don't worry. You're not gonna be able to sneak in. Yeah. But whatever. I mean, that's what happens when you ask to do 5 minutes on somebody else's show. Like, can I do a set? No.
Oh, that might actually be fun.
That would be.
We'll have to talk about that.
Really? Oh, well. Look
No
at that,
promises.
guys.
I'm not in charge, but
well, we'll ask Doug the manager. We'll ask that little Doug.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Doug. Yeah.
Yeah, but that'd be super cool. That'd be so fun to ruin your fucking show and just walk people.
Man, I mean, there are kids there, so you might have to clean it up a little from that intro, but
yeah, it's gonna be an issue. But so, how many of you guys have done these Screen Crush live tours? Because like, I love it that you guys are doing this. Seriously, it's amazing. You know, I've been a fan of you guys for a while.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's Scene Evader is my other podcast that I'm sort of kind of not really anymore, but sort of kind of still kind of involved with. We had Ryan on, I think, like a few years back or something like that.
Did you just say Eric?
Ryan.
Okay.
No.
It sounded like you started to say Eric.
I was trying to say I was gonna say Airy, and I was like, no, just say.
Oh,
Ryan.
okay, gotcha.
So
I thought you almost said Eric Voss, and that was going to be funny from New Rockstars.
God. Eric Voss. No. He's probably, out of all of you guys, he's probably like probably the most annoying out of all of you guys. And
I didn't say it.
And I love I love Eric, and he's probably going to be on next week as well. So what are you going to do? No, he's cool. He's all right, but I don't know. For some reason,
cool guy.
Listen. All you guys are fucking rad guys. I think all you guys are. All you guys are cool, except for Charlie. Fuck Charlie. But fuck Charlie.
And Paul.
It's not even
heavy spoilers. Yeah.
And Paul, you know what? Screw Paul. All right, because if you thought I sent you a lot of messages, oh boy, you have no idea. Okay, and even still, somebody was fishing on a fake heavy spoilers account, and I reported it. I deleted it. And I sent Paul. I was like, hey man, I saved your life, and I didn't get anything back. But what are you gonna do? Who cares? I don't even think he's British. I think it's fake. I don't know.
You think it's an act?
I think it's an act. I think Ryan Airy is on it as well. I don't think he went to England. I think he probably went to like Boston or something like that, or somewhere.
Boston.
You know, I think so what are you gonna do? But getting back to the Screen Crush lives, how are they going so far?
They've been great. Our first show was in Brooklyn, I want to say last February, and then that went really well. So the company that's doing the tour X1, they approached us about traveling, doing some more. I want to say we've done. Our first show was Boston, and then DC, Chicago, and then we did LA, Phoenix, and then next week we're doing Dallas and Houston, and then we have Atlanta, Philly, and Georgia.
Damn,
Orlando, Atlanta, and Georgia. Orlando, Philly, and what else did I say? Atlanta. Yeah.
It's always good when the booker, you're doing good when the booker's like, yeah, let's add on more dates. Hell yeah.
Yeah. They might regret it, but I don't know. Yeah.
They might regret it. What are some of the things you guys are? I mean, for people that are, come to the show and stuff like that. What should they expect?
I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like. The tour is called Screen Crush Live, and it's basically a Screen Crush video on stage. Ryan plays with himself. I mean, plays with puppets. So,
Ooh! It's an OnlyFans like. Of course, yeah. Okay, all right. I'm in.
Yeah, but the sock puppet is there. We do pretty much like a we have these talkback videos where me and Ryan will argue about something. We do that live on stage. Ryan will do a breakdown. He's been doing this fun breakdown of this funny scene from the original Superman. Might be different depending upon the show you come to, but he does that. And yeah, our favorite part of the show is the Q&A at the end where we take questions from the audience. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And we kind of are just figuring out how we want to do the show after like our fifth show. We were pretty much just winging it, and we've kind of got it down now, about halfway through the tour. So,
damn. And I know, and like, is this kind of your first time kind of really on stage or anything?
Oh
like
yeah,
that? Yeah,
yeah, first time.
Because I know Ryan has a stand-up background, right?
Yeah, he used to stand up in New York. Yeah. This was my first time. That Brooklyn show last year was my first time, ever doing anything like that. Which is crazy because I'm really surprised at how I don't get nervous at all for the shows. And I'm the guy who, if I had to like present a project in front of the class, like in high school, I was a nervous fucking wreck like all day. But I don't know. I guess I actually like the people at the live shows, so it's not as nerve wracking.
Oh, really? See,
Yeah.
I would think it would be nerve wracking for you because you like all
You
the
would think.
fans and like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad that it's not, but
Yeah.
I'm surprised because when we talked about doing a tour, for my career's sake and wanting to meet fans and stuff, I was excited and wanted to do it, but I was worried that I wouldn't be able to bring myself to do it. But yeah, it's been super easy. So
You would be surprised. You would be surprised of the things that you can do, um, just by just kind of doing it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
As stupid as that sounds, dude. As stupid as that sounds, it's really like it's really okay. I had a boss. I used to sell suits a zillion years ago, right? And I was working in New York in Soho, at a company that I'm probably not going to mention. Ah, fuck it, who cares? Suit Supply. And I was selling suits, and I had a boss, David, and he told me, he gave me the best advice in the world, and he was like, Sean, fake it till you make it. And I said, Dave, they already fired me. And he was like, "All right, well, I guess just come home then." Okay, fine. But still, the lesson still kind of holds. You got to fake it till you make it. And like the only way you're gonna know that you're gonna be able to make it and fake it is doing it. You know what I mean?
sure.
So
Yeah, I completely agree. I've actually given that same advice to people who want to like do a YouTube channel and like they're camera shy or something like that. I was kind of the same way, originally when I started on Screen Crush, my first introduction was you'd see like my name in the credits as the writer. But then I started hosting a lot of stuff, and it was really hard to get into the groove of that. And like I would do a video and be like, oh, that was terrible, I didn't enjoy it, and then like I wouldn't do one for another month. And then I finally just realized if I just made myself do it, practice makes perfect, and now it's just seamless. Like I don't even think twice about it. So yeah, fake it till you make it, and just do it, to quote Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Yeah,
just do it. Yeah. And also have a nervous breakdown as well if you really want to do a Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. Dude, I used to I don't know if you've had this problem. I would get so, I don't know why, I would get anxious like before recording a video, and I don't know why. I'm alone in my office here, so I don't know why, but I would sweat like profusely, and it was so annoying, and you'd see it on camera, and that has gone away now, and I've realized that it's just like it's this like anxiety barrier type thing. Did you ever have that like with your stand up or anything?
Yeah, I mean with
Yeah.
stand up, I mean, with even with starting out with doing scene invaders and all that stuff and like
Hmm.
yeah, man, just yeah, there one time um like I said, I cut my teeth doing sales for a long time, selling suits, selling whatever, and then I moved into technology and I was selling like software and hardware and like I the closest tech job I ever had at that time was working at Best Buy and I got fired for abusing the employee discount. Um what are you going to do? Who cares? It was
How do you abuse an employee discount?
great question and I will tell you and the folks at home how you do it. All right. Um at the time Best Buy your employee discount was the cost of whatever the item is. So, like, let's say for this at Best Buy, right, was $20, the MSRP, but the unit price for this was like $5. For the
Hmm.
employee discount, you would just pay that $5, and it was on everything except for Apple devices. So you can get a TV, you have fucking $800, 1,000, $1,200 TV for $400, whatever, you know what I mean? Sound system, you name it. And this was back in the day when like DVDs were still around and stuff like that. So like me and Papa Taff would just fucking roll up shit, dude. We would just be like every time I clock out of work and I'd fucking roll up to a cart to a to the register with a bunch of stuff. I remember when the day I got fired, my Papa Taff picks me up and I'm maybe like, I don't know, 18 or something like that. You know what I mean? This is one of the few times I got fired. Funny enough, I got fired because I used the employee discount not with Papa Taff, but on some girl that like wanted a sound dock. And I was like, yeah, sure, sweetie.
Ah,
I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah, I got you, boo boo. I got you. And I took her out shopping for it at the store. And then last minute at the register, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay. And she goes, no, 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 I got it. And she swiped their card, and that was a big red flag because it was a different name. You know what I mean? I can get
yeah,
I could get away with it if it was Papa Taff, but
yeah.
you know,
So it's not because you used it too much; it's because she paid for it. I
what are you
my
gonna do?
my uncle had that same problem. He worked at Walmart, and my grandmother, his mom, went and was Christmas shopping for his daughter and used his employee discount. But the gifts, were from him. But yeah, they ended up firing him for it right
Yeah,
around Christmas because
yeah.
of that.
It's a tough look. It's a tough look. But I'll tell you this: this was the genius of my father. I got in the car. I told Papa Taff, I was like, "Yeah, man, I got fired for the employee discount." He goes, "You idiot!" And we drive to Delaware. Right? He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna go for a ride." Went to Delaware. Went to a different Best Buy. Loaded the cart up with just a bunch of shit, and the employee discount still worked, everything like
Brilliant.
that. We almost got a TV, except for the guy literally kind of flagged us, sort of, kind of was like, it's a fireable offense to like use your employee discount on such a big purchase like this. And yeah, we were just like, no, really? But yeah, dude, just boxed up things, whole West Wing box set. Yeah, Papa Taff was like,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Are
Oh
you a
yeah.
are you a big physical media guy?
Not anymore. I think with just digital and stuff like that, I just not anymore. It's just really kind of space wise. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I I've recently I used to be a really big Blu-ray collector, and then I got out of it for a few years because really I just couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But I've recently gotten back into it and trying to like fill some holes in my collection.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to get into it. My buddy has been into it for a little bit. I mean, I live with my girl, so like I don't know. It's a tough look to like get kicked out with like a bunch of DVDs. I don't know how that look. But I don't know, man. I think with where we're progressing when it comes to the digital age platform that like the DVDs are just it's just I don't know. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just it's kind of
I definitely don't recommend it. I think it's a huge waste of money. And then you have these people who collect, and like you have two types of physical media collectors. You have your people who like curate a collection, like this is my special collection of certain movies that I really like, or maybe they go well together or whatever. But then you have people who are like archivists and they want to have like this library of every film because, they say, oh, streaming, they can just take it offline and then it's gone. You never have it. Just buy a fucking SSD and download the movie and store it on your SSD.
Yeah.
why are you buying all these fucking movies?
Yeah, right. Just so you can have like a ladder in your house that you can like in a library that you push over and then you walk up and shit. You know,
Yeah.
it's a little
Yeah.
it's a little odd, but like I mean, when the grid goes down, and it probably will soon. Um, you know, uh, they're going to be laughing at us, so, or at
Yeah.
least at me when I'm just sitting in my house alone, you know. But that's yeah, man. I only collect comics now.
Hmm.
And that's kind of really it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
I have a small comic you can see it there. That's some comics. And then I have like graphic novels, the thicker ones. But yeah.
oh damn, dude, hell yeah, man. Um, so let's kind of I don't know. Let's kind of I feel like we're jumping around, which is great for podcasting. Because I lost my spot. I lost our spot. What was the original question I even asked you? I don't know. Who cares? Um,
Mhm.
what do you think about this TikTok ban?
I personally I don't care. I'm not on TikTok. I mean I have the app. I've scrolled it before, but I personally don't care, and I haven't been following it that closely in terms of like if there actually is like some type of security issue, like with China or whatever. I would get that. Not to get political, but if if Joe Biden says it's bad and Donald Trump's over here like, no, I'm gonna save it. My personal political tendency is like, if he likes it, maybe I shouldn't. But
Yeah,
my wife is really big on TikTok, has like 46,000 followers on TikTok. Does like a lot of anime stuff and like book talk and all that. And she's been really upset, because worked really hard to like build this following on TikTok. And
yeah.
now it's just going to be like taken away. So for that reason, I hate it. I hope that,
Is it
they work it out.
is she having does she have a money revenue with it as well?
No, not a
No,
no.
no. But just really, just kind of, just really, just
Yeah,
the
really
time
passionate
and
about
effort.
it
Yeah.
and put a lot of work into it. And yeah, I just hate that for her that that's happening. But so hopefully something gets done.
Go
I
away.
feel like they're probably gonna be back. I mean, I think they probably generate too much revenue to just let it go away in the U.S. So I'm sure they'll work something out. So yeah, hopefully that they work it out.
I think it's going to be a last minute, the 11th hour or something. Someone is going to save it. Something's going to save it. You know what I mean? They're going to
Yeah, before I
some.
got on here, I saw a tweet that said something like they said they are going to shut it down on the 19th unless the Biden administration says they won't be like penalized for it, like if they violate this law. I don't know. And in the 19th, he's not even going to be president the day after that. So
Barely.
I
He's
don't know.
barely president
Yeah.
now. What are you gonna do? I mean, shit. What do you know? Um, but let's not get no, let's not get political. So,
Yeah.
because this is a MAGA Scully. No, I'm kidding.
Right. Yeah.
Where's he at? Sixers. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I mean, as a comic, I like it. I have a little bit of a
Yeah.
following on it, but it's not really gonna make or break anything. And again, like you said, like are they, is it really gonna maybe go? Is it really gonna entirely go away?
Yeah.
You know, um, I just don't. I think it's wild. I don't see how they can ban it. I don't see how they can not let us use it on the phone unless it just gets
Yeah.
blackballed. But like, I don't know. Yeah, is somebody gonna like if you use it? Say if like you have a Nord VPN, and you set your VPN to Canada, and you log in on TikTok on that. Is somebody to break down your door and put a gun to your head? You know?
Well, I was about to make the joke, go to NordVPN and use the code Screencrush if you want, but I can't remember if we sponsor Nord or ExpressVPN.
Well, listen, dude, type it into both and see what happens. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, there
You
you
know,
go.
it's like spaghetti. You gotta throw everything to the wall and see what sticks, you know, and
Yeah,
see what
not my department. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Not really. Yeah, not my. What's this saying? Not my cart, not my horse, or well,
yeah,
you're
or
from
not
Texas.
not my not my monkey, not my circus, or
Not my
something
monkey.
like
Not.
that.
Um, where? So wait, you're and you told me you're in Texas, right, dude? At first, dude, you fucked me up.
Yeah.
I thought you said you were from Connecticut at first. Actually,
Yeah, that's my bad. I said CT, meaning Central Time, but yeah, that is the abbreviation for
I
Connecticut.
I also looked at it really briefly as well, and I didn't really fully register it, and I don't know if I just have comedian brain or whatever, but I could have sworn you called me a cunt. I don't know why. For like a brief millisecond, I was like, did he just? Oh no, I was like,
Well, don't
no.
put it past me. That is my favorite curse word, and I don't. Are you allowed to say that anymore? I'm always scared of what you're allowed to say. Like, so many people are super sensitive to that word. I'm like, that's my favorite curse. So
I don't know, but
yeah,
like you
I'm
know,
gonna say it
just
anyway. I don't care.
as long as it's not like directed to a biological female or
Yeah,
or anybody, you know what I mean, unless they're British, you know. But
I don't know, but I mean, if they're a cunt, they're
true,
like Paul. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, No, it's a good question. I mean, and again, that's why I try to rely on the comedy badge of like, no, I'm a
yeah,
comedian, I can say it.
yeah. You can
Nah.
get away with anything.
You
Yeah,
know, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, who cares? Um, whatever. But so let's kind of I want to get into you know, just you were telling me how you were getting how when you first kind of started just kind of get nervous and stuff like that, and especially with the live shows, you're fine and dandy with it. I guess when it when it comes to doing it right, because that's I think really half the battle with with everything, especially this, is really doing it and really kind of getting up the urge to kind of do it and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
dude, I'm gonna level with you. I started this podcast maybe 6 months ago, and we only have, like, 2 episodes out just because of, like, just life kinda happens. I had to, like,
yeah,
we were, I was going through a big move, I've been out of work for, a lot longer than I kinda wanna kinda really wanna admit outside of, like, bartending for, like, the Phillies and Sixers and blah, 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 and all that kind of fun stuff. So, it's hard. I've definitely struggled these past couple of months, and also too with like comedy, and unfortunately, comedy kind of everything kind of takes a little bit of a backseat because it's one of those things where like you have to leave the house to kind of do it and stuff like that.
yeah.
But it's it's definitely been a struggle for these past couple months to like really just kind of get back at least on the horse and stuff. And I know that you just mentioned you briefly mentioned a little bit kind of touching on that. So just kind of what are some of the things that, what makes you get out of bed to kind of do this, you know?
Um, I'm a very like shit or get off the pot kind of person. Like, if there's something you want to do, and I say this because I used to be the type who, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but like did everything apart from actually doing it. And so, like, my biggest piece of advice to people who want to do this or do comedy or anything like that is write a book. Just you got to just do it. Like that. There's no amount of planning that can beat just actually going out there and doing it. And the first time you do it, whatever it is, it's not going to be very good. You have to do it and do it and do it again. Like in my case, with my YouTube channel, nobody was watching, but I kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, and then the right people saw it, and it got me my dream job. Um, as far as getting out of bed in the morning, I do have like I'm on Lexapro, like I have like diagnosed depression, anxiety. Um and I work from home, which is at first was really difficult. Um because you're always at home and you're always at work, so it's like difficult to have that balance. Something I noticed that helps is instead of like getting out of bed in the morning and just staying in what I slept in and starting work, I like make myself like change clothes, put on big boy pants, put on my shoes, and like try to transition myself into, okay, I'm at work now, like
But
little stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
do you put your shoes on?
yeah, put my shoes on. Yeah,
But how it's I do that too, dude. It's such a weird transition from shoes to no shoes. I don't know why. I don't know how to explain it, but there's something about having your shoes on that just puts our little reptile brains to go like, "Oh no, we're working.
yeah,
Let's
we're
work."
productive now. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is the shoes, isn't it? Like, yeah, it's the shoes.
Yeah. It's the shoes, and it's not just having the shoes on and having them untied. You gotta tie those bitches up. You gotta
Yeah.
lace them up. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, man, it's so funny too because your advice of just kind of like just doing it and stuff like that. Anytime somebody tells me, they're like, "Oh, I kind of want to do stand up. I kind of want to do comedy." My visceral reaction is like, just don't do it. Don't do this. This will not only a just don't do it, but b it's gonna cripple you. But have you ever thought about doing stand up? You're
Well,
you're
and
you're you're funny. You're a funny guy.
thanks.
Like you got good timing and shit. Yeah. All right.
Uh, it's crossed my mind. I don't think I'm quick enough for it. Like, yeah, I have my moments, but I don't know that I'm quick enough for stand up. I know a lot of people who want to do stand up and they irritate me because they don't want to put in the work. Like if you want to be a comedian, you know this, you have to write material and you have to go do small rooms and practice that material over and over and
Dude, you
over
have to do
again.
shit rooms. You have to do
Yeah.
shit rooms. You have to do rooms with people that are in the audience looking at their phone like this.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Or people that are just talking and having their own side conversations. You have to kind of do it. You have to go into just tough areas. You have to it's brutal. It's brutal, but it's how to really get to the places that you want to get to. You know what I mean? Like I'm here in Philly. The same rooms that I do are the same rooms that like Kevin Hart has came up in. Gillis, you know? Um it's the same rooms, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
We all come from the same, we all come from the same things. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I don't know. What do you think about this Ryan Reynolds thing with Ryan Reynolds getting sued over Deadpool by the Justin Belandi or whatever, the dude that was in the Blake Lively movie that they got into a fight with or whatever. I don't know. They obviously fucked, right? Like isn't that I feel like isn't that the underlining thing is that like both these people fucked and they're kind of mad at each other because this is so much energy for people that didn't have sex with each other.
You're gonna have to fill me in. I saw like I think New Rockstars just did a video on this. I saw that in my YouTube feed. But apart from that, I haven't heard about this. Why are they suing Reynolds?
Because apparently there are jokes in Deadpool Wolverine that could be that could be towards Justin, particularly with the nice pool version of the
Hmm.
variant. So I don't know, dude. I think this is just I don't know. It's interesting T now that you add Deadpool and Wolverine and Disney and all that kind of stuff, but like kind of at the end of the day, it's a little just I don't know. It's very LA-ish, which is crazy because
Yeah.
it's on fire right now. So I think we want to maybe focus on other shit. But
Yeah, I just don't really know enough about it to comment on it, but I'll have to look into that. It sounds interesting.
it sounds cool. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna hit you with one thing, and then we'll kind of wrap up.
Oh, sure.
Um, do you out of I don't know. I'm not sure how to do this, but who do you think gets more pussy? Ryan, Paul from Heavy Spoilers, or Charlie from Emergency Awesome? And who do you think will be on top? Two-part question.
Be on top in what sense? When?
You know what sense.
Who gets more pussy? Well, I know Paul and Ryan are both married, so it probably has to be Charlie. Yeah.
Charlie.
It probably has to be Charlie that gets the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How great. Imagine being a girl and having that guy walk up to you and be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm Charlie. How you doing? I'm a big YouTuber. What's up?
I make misleading thumbnails and get 400,000 views per video."
Yeah.
Dude, my sourness toward him comes from all the love and respect in the world. I am impressed with that guy. I mean, he does better, I think, than us and Paul and new rock stars. Like, this dude
crazy.
Slap. Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't
either. But
I don't get it. He fucking sucks. I don't get it. And it's a threat. No, I'm kidding. He's cool.
I mean,
but like,
God bless. Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, it's something about. I don't know. I'm a little bit torn because I do want to see him on screen, but then I don't. And it's like a little, I don't know. It's interesting. I love him.
Seems like a nice guy. I don't really know him.
He seems like a sweetheart. He seems like a sweetheart. And maybe that's why I'm picking on him.
But I do have rage. I do have rage when I'll see a rage from the heart. But when I see like a thumbnail of, I don't know, Henry Cavill photoshopped as like Captain
Century.
Britain or something, or Century, and the title, "I Love You, Charlie," super misleading title, 400,000 views, and the watch time is probably still great for it to get that many views, so people are watching it. So I don't, good for him. He's cracked the code. He gets away with it. So, hey, more power to you.
Good for him. Come on the show. Come on. But all right. Do you have anything kind of plug or anything like that, or what's so wait, you're the next Screen Crush Live, right? Which where can you find Screen Crush Live?
You can go to X1 Entertainment, like just go into Google or whatever, type in X1 Entertainment Screen Crush, and that'll take you to the site. They're the ones sponsoring the tour. That's where you can buy tickets. Also, the link is in the description of all of our videos, if that's easier. Our next show is Houston on the 20th. It's Inauguration Day, and Martin Luther King Day. So if you want to come spend time with Screen Crush on this double holiday. Or I mean, me personally, I'm not going to be able to join because I'll be at the Capitol taking a shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk. No, I'm kidding. But dude, you were late. That was a few weeks ago. You should have gone to do that. Yeah.
And what are you gonna do? My timing's off. Who cares? But that's awesome.
And we have Dallas on the 22nd. Yep.
Yeah, and that's close to you, right? So you don't have to fucking travel or anything like that.
It'll be nice. Don't have to. I've been flying so much. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. And you have kids and stuff too, right? You have children.
Right? I don't have kids, but I do frequently have my nephews. Who they look like my children. So,
okay. Nice. Like you give uncle energy. I like it. And I wish you. And honestly, I hope when you come to Philly, you'll be my uncle. So
sure. Yeah. Well, and I shouldn't say I don't have children. My wife would get mad about that. I do have 4 cats and a dog who are pretty much our children. So,
wow. All right. Well, thank God we're out of time. But no, it's okay. We just had to pick up our dead cat the other day. So what are you gonna do? But what are you gonna do? I miss Pumpkin now. But listen, dude, it was a blast to have you on. I really appreciate you coming on and stuff like that. I'm sorry that Zoom just wants to be dickheads, but who cares?
No, good.
I would love to have you come back on. I would love to come to the show and stuff like that. And if I could do 5 minutes, that's great. If not, that probably saves your whole entire career. So just
I'll run it up the chain.
Yeah, dude. Colton, you've been a blast. Thank you so much, my boy.
Thanks
Colton
so much for having me,
everybody.
Man.
I appreciate you, dude. I appreciate you. And when I see you when I see you come to Philly, I'll buy you a cheesesteak and I'll kiss you. So
sounds good.
All right, baby.